Hello curious souls and welcome to Ancient WTF Rituals. In today's expedition, we plunge into the extraordinary and mystifying traditions of our predecessors, promising to leave you both shocked and amazed at the same time. Get ready for a time-travelling odyssey as we uncover the enigmatic rituals that were once imbued with cultural importance, eliciting a mix of horror and fascination. The Vikings' Blood Eagle. In the unforgiving era of the Viking Age, the Blood Eagle stands out as a chilling execution ritual reserved for enemies and prisoners. Envision this, a victim, often a foe, facing an unimaginable fate. Their back would be meticulously carved open, and their ribs, like macabre wings, pulled outward. It's an image that invokes both horror and intrigue. This gruesome practice emerged during a time of fierce Viking expansion, roughly between the 9th and 11th centuries. The Vikings, renowned for their seafaring and warrior prowess, believing in an honourable death leading to a revered afterlife in Valhalla. The Blood Eagle wasn't just about brutality, it held deep cultural meaning. Vikings reserved this ritual for enemies, viewing it as a pathway to ensure a warrior's soul reaches Valhalla, if they could endure the Blood Eagle ritual without crying out before they die. It served as a display of strength both in life and in the face of death, emphasizing the significance of honor in Viking society. What sets the Blood Eagle apart is its gruesome precision, the careful carving of the victim's back, the deliberate pulling of ribs to mimic wings. It was a horrifying spectacle meant to symbolize the warrior's transcendence to the afterlife. Importantly, if the victim endured this gruesome ordeal without crying out, they were believed to retain their honor and have a chance to reach Valhalla. This ritual, though brutal, reflects the intense beliefs and values embedded in Viking culture, offering a stark glimpse into the complexities of their worldview. Cannibalistic ancestors, Fiji. In the cultural tapestry of Fiji, endocannibalism emerged as a ritualistic practice, prevailing during a time where communal bonds and spiritual beliefs held significant sway. This phenomenon occurred in the pre-colonial era, offering a glimpse into the complex social structures of Fijian society. Endocannibalism in Fiji was not rooted in savagery, but rather in a unique spiritual connection with the deceased. Consuming the flesh of departed loved ones was considered a means to absorb their qualities and maintain a profound bond with their spirits. This ritual represented a form of ancestral reverence, blurring the lines between life and the afterlife. While the notion of cannibalism may elicit immediate repulsion, it's crucial to understand the context. This ritual was not about primal instincts, but rather a spiritual communion. The Fijians believed that by consuming the remains of their kin, they would inherit their virtues and strengths, fostering a sense of continuity and closeness. It's an ancient story of culture that underscores the complexity of human practices, reminding us that what at first may seem savage may have some deeply significant cultural roots. That being said, it was an interesting part of history that should stay a part of history, and certainly not of the modern times. Cranial deformation, Ancient Peru. Transport yourself to ancient Peru, a region rich in diverse cultures and civilizations. Between 200 BC and 1000 AD, the elite of certain societies engaged in a distinctive ritual, cranial deformation. This practice unfolded during a period marked by social stratification, where one's appearance became intertwined with their position in society. Cranial deformation wasn't merely an aesthetic choice, but a profound cultural symbol. Among the elite, reshaping skulls was a visible marker of status and belonging. The intentional modification of one's head shape conveyed a sense of identity, creating a visual language that transcended spoken words. It became a cultural badge, a way to distinguish the elite from the rest, showcasing the importance placed on physical appearance and societal roles. Imagine a society where individuals from a young age underwent a deliberate and often lengthy process of shaping their skulls. Wooden boards, textiles, and bandages were employed to mold the head into an elongated or flattened forms. This dedication to altering the human form challenges our modern perception of beauty and identity. The ritual not only reflected social hierarchy, but also hinted at a belief in transcending human limitations. The deliberate reshaping of skulls suggested a connection between physical appearance and spiritual or societal aspirations, inviting us to ponder the profound cultural significance attached to the human body in ancient Peru. Witches' Sabbath, Medieval Europe. Picture a world gripped by superstition, fear, and religion. The stage was set during the witch hunts of medieval Europe, primarily between the 15th and 18th centuries. In this tumultuous era, suspicions of witchcraft permeated society, leading to the infamous Witches' Sabbath, a dark and mysterious gathering that would go down in history. The Witches' Sabbath wasn't just a fanciful notion, it held a profound cultural significance during a time when the fear of the supernatural reached its peak. This clandestine assembly, believed to be attended by witches and demons, became a symbol of the perceived threat to societal norms and religious order. The mere mention of the Sabbath struck terror in the hearts of communities, sparking an intense desire to purge the perceived evil from their midst. As the witch hunts intensified, authorities employed brutal methods to extract confessions. Under the agony of torture, individuals were coerced into admitting participation in the witches' Sabbath, often describing elaborate ceremonies, pacts with the devil, and unholy gatherings. These chilling confessions fueled by mass hysteria, resulting in the persecution and execution of countless innocent people. The Witches' Sabbath serves as a haunting reminder of the dark side of human history, a period when fear and ignorance gave rise to atrocities. It's a cautionary tale that prompts us to reflect on the consequences of unchecked hysteria and the vulnerability of societies in the face of irrational beliefs. Let's remember the lessons it holds and strive for a more informed and compassionate future. The Mayan bloodletting ritual. Step into the vibrant world of the Mayans, a civilization that flourished in Mesoamerica. At the core of their religious practices was the bloodletting ritual, a sacred act deeply ingrained in their belief system. This ritual gained prominence during the Classic period, 250 to 900 CE, marking a time of artistic, intellectual, and spiritual flourishing. For the Mayans, bloodletting was more than a physical act, it was a profound means of communication with the gods. Ritualistic self-mutilation, such as piercing tongues, genitals, or other body parts, served as a symbolic offering to appease deities and ensure the continuous flow of life, fertility, and prosperity. The ritual created a spiritual connection, aligning the human experience with the cosmic forces believed to govern their world. Picture priests adorned in elaborate regalia, delicately drawing blood from their bodies using stingray spines or obsidian blades. The act wasn't a display of pain, but a demonstration of devotion and sacrifice. Blood, considered a potent life force, symbolized the essence of existence and the vitality necessary to sustain the delicate balance between the earthly realm and the divine. The self-mummification, ancient Japan. Imagine ancient Japan, a land of deep spirituality and profound religious practices. Between the 11th century and 19th centuries, a select group of Buddhist monks embarked on a transformative journey known as Sakushin Butsu. This ritual wasn't just a physical undertaking, but a spiritual quest that exemplified unwavering dedication to their faith. Sakushin Butsu wasn't a mere act of self-preservation, it was a profound expression of the Buddhist principles of impermanence and enlightenment. Monks committed to this ritual believed that by undergoing extreme ascetic practices, including a restricted diet and meditation, they could achieve a state of spiritual transcendence. The ultimate goal was to become a living Buddha, serving as an inspiration to others on the path to enlightenment. Picture monks adhering to a strict diet mainly consisting of nuts and seeds to reduce body fat. They would then enter a state of intense meditation, transforming their bodies into living mummies. Toward the end of this process, they would seal themselves in a tomb where they awaited mummification. The results were astonishing, a preserved, almost lifelike figure serving as a testament to their spiritual journey. The Aztec heart sacrifice. Step into the bustling streets of the ancient capital, Tenochtitlan. During the 14th to 16th centuries, the Aztecs, a civilization renowned for their architectural marvels and complex social structure, engaged in a ritual that defined the intersections of religion and survival, the heart sacrifice. This practice flourished during a time of expansion, conquest, and the flourishing of the Aztec Empire. The heart sacrifice wasn't a mere act of brutality, it was deeply ingrained in religious practice, symbolizing a cosmic pact with the gods. The Aztecs believed that offering the still-beating heart of captives to Huitzilopochtli, the sun god and patron deity of war, ensured the sun's continuous ascent across the sky. This ritualistic exchange aimed to maintain cosmic order, stave off potential apocalyptic events, and secure the prosperity of the Aztec people. Picture a grand ceremonial pyramid where priests, adorned in elaborate regalia, performed the ritual with precision. Captives, often prisoners of war, would be laid upon a stone slab while a priest skillfully extracted their hearts. The offering of a still-beating heart symbolized the vitality needed to sustain the sun's life-giving force, forging a direct link between earthly existence and the cosmic realm. The oracular sleep, ancient Greece. Transport yourself to ancient Greece once again. Yes, that cradle of philosophy, art and spirituality. Amidst the grand temple and sacred groves, seekers flocked to the oracles for glimpses into the future. The practice of oracular sleep, also known as incubation, became prominent during a time where divine intervention held a central place in the Greek worldview, roughly from the 8th to the 4th century BCE. Oracular sleep wasn't just a nighttime activity, it was a revered ritual deeply embedded in Greek religious practices. Seekers eager for guidance would spend the night in sacred places, often within temple precincts. The belief was that during this trance-like state, induced by a combination of fasting, prayer, and sleep, individuals would receive divine messages, offering insights into their queries or concerns. The oracles, considered conduits between mortals and the gods, played a crucial role in shaping decisions, from personal matters to matters of state. Imagine seekers surrounded by flickering temple candles reclining on sacred bedding. As they slipped into an altered state of consciousness, dreams took on a divine quality. Seekers believed that the gods themselves communicated through these visions, offering guidance that could alter the course of their lives. The blurred line between the dream realm and reality added a layer of mystique, making ocular sleep a transformative experience. Melanesian land diving, Pentecost Island. Picture the vibrant culture of Pentecost Island in Melanesia, where the roots of land diving stretch back centuries. This daring ritual originated as a means of celebrating the yam harvest and ensuring a bountiful future for the community. Today it stands as a testament to the enduring traditions of the people of Pentecost. Land diving isn't just a display of physical prowess, it's a profound cultural symbol. Young men, often in their adolescence, embark on this daring feat as a rite of passage. The ritual marks the transition from boyhood to manhood, with participants proving their courage and strength to the community. The act of diving is not only a personal challenge, but a communal celebration of bravery, resilience, and the cyclical nature of life. Imagine towering wooden structures known as Naghol Towers standing tall in the landscape. Participants climb to the summit, tie vines to their ankles, and then take a leap of faith. The vines are carefully measured, allowing for a thrilled descent without reaching the ground. It's a heart-stopping moment that not only demands physical prowess, but also mental fortitude. The Melanesian land diving ritual beckons us to the edge of exhilaration, offering a glimpse into the cultural intricacies of Pentecost Island. It's a celebration of bravery, a dance with gravity, and a living testament to the unyielding spirit of community. As we explore this ancient rite, let's marvel at the beauty of the traditions that unite communities and mark a passage of time, all while pushing the boundary of what it means to truly be alive. The Roman Bacchanalia. Imagine the Roman Republic in the 3rd century BCE, a time when the Bacchanalia took center stage in the hearts and minds of people. Born as a secret cult dedicated to Bacchus, the god associated with wine, fertility, and liberation, the Bacchanalia evolved from private ceremonies into widespread festivals, celebrated with enthusiasm and unbridled joy. The Bacchanalia wasn't merely a feast for the senses, it was a symbolic release from the constraints of daily life. Participants sought to connect with Bacchus, indulging in excessive drinking, dancing, and uninhibited behavior. This sounds like the United Kingdom. Sorry, did I just say that out loud? The festival became a temporary escape from societal norms, offering a space where revelers could shed their inhibitions and embrace the liberating spirit of Bacchus. It was a celebration of life, fertility, and the transformative power of communal ecstasy. Picture the streets alive with fervor as participants, both free citizens and slaves, engaged in ecstatic dance and indulged in copious amounts of wine. The boundaries between social classes blurred and norms of decorum were discarded. The Bacchanalia often descended into a chaotic carnival, challenging the fine line between celebration and disorder. The human sacrifice of the Shang dynasty. Ancient China. Transport yourself to the Shang dynasty, a flourishing civilization that spanned from the 16th to the 11th century BCE. Amidst the grandeur of bronze artifacts and the intricate oracle bone inscriptions, the Shang people held a belief in the significance of the afterlife. Human sacrifice became a notable component of elite burials, revealing a complex worldview rooted in spirituality and the role of individuals in the divine realm. The act of sacrificing humans in the funerary rituals of the Shang dynasty was not a macabre whim. It was deeply entwined in their beliefs about the afterlife. Elite individuals, such as rulers and nobility, were accompanied in death by servants and concubines who were sacrificed to ensure their companionship in the afterworld. This practice reflected a societal structure that extended beyond the earthly realm, emphasizing the continuity of relationships and hierarchy in the divine sphere. Imagine the grandeur of Shang dynasty tombs where elite individuals were laid to rest alongside a retinue of sacrificed companions. The belief in the afterlife's parallels with the living world led to the sacrificial inclusion of both human and animal attendants. The act was not only a demonstration of social status, but also a testament to the Shang people's commitment to maintaining a divine harmony through the transition from life to death. Human sacrifice of the Celts. Picture yourself in Iron Age Europe, amidst the sprawling Celtic tribes that thrived from the 8th century BCE to the Roman conquest. Human sacrifice among the Celts wasn't a random act of brutality, it was deeply rooted in their connection with the divine and the rhythms of nature. This practice flourished in a time when the Celts navigated the intricacies of tribal life, territorial expansion, and spiritual reverence. The Celts saw human sacrifice as a solemn act to appease their deities and ensure the prosperity of their communities. Often associated with religious festivals, these rituals were believed to forge a direct link between the mortal world and the divine. Victims, typically criminals or prisoners of war, were chosen to bear the burden of maintaining cosmic balance and securing favorable conditions for the bountiful harvest. Picture sacred groves adorned with mistletoe, where druids officiated over rituals that involved the sacrifice of chosen individuals. Methods varied from ritualistic slayings to more symbolic forms, but the underlying theme remained, a desperate offering to the gods for the well-being of the community. The line between the sacred and the macabre blurred as the Celts sought divine favour through these grim ceremonies. The Etruscan divination by Liver. Picture Italy before the rise of Rome and you'll find the Etruscan flourishing in the hearts of the Italian peninsula. From the 8th century to the 3rd century BCE, amidst their advanced civilization, the Etruscans delved into the mystical realm of divination, a practice deeply intertwined with their religious beliefs and quest for divine guidance. Hepatoscopy wasn't a whimsical superstition but a sophisticated and revered form of divination. The Etruscans believed that by dissecting the livers of sacrificial animals, particularly sheep, they could discern omens and unravel the cosmic whirl. This intricate process of examination held immense cultural significance, influencing decisions ranging from personal matters to matters of state. The Etruscans sought not only to understand their destiny, but also to align their actions with the divine forces believed to shape their world. Imagine the solemnity of Etruscan ritual, a sacrificial animal offered to the gods, its liver carefully extracted and laid out. Skilled priests, known as haruspices, meticulously studied the liver's shape, colour and features, interpreting these signs from the divine realm. The Etruscans believed that the liver was a sacred map revealing glimpses of the future and guiding them through life's uncertainties. The fire-walking rituals from various cultures. Imagine standing at the crossroads of cultural diversity where the fire-walking ritual emerges as a common thread woven into the tapestry of various societies. This practice, with roots spanning continents and centuries, reflects the universal fascination with the extraordinary potential of the human mind and its connection to the spiritual realm. Firewalking isn't just a physical act, it's a deeply symbolic journey. Participants, often guided by spiritual leaders or shamans, embark on this ritual to purify the soul and demonstrate the transcendence of earthly limitations. The act of walking barefoot over hot coals represents a profound communion with the divine, an act of courage and a transformative experience that transcends cultural boundaries. Picture a bed of glowing embers, the heat radiating from the smouldering coals. Participants, having prepared through rituals and focused meditation, step onto the fiery path. The juxtaposition of vulnerability and invincibility unfolds as, miraculously, they emerge unscathed. It's a spectacle that challenges the laws of physics and captivates onlookers, sparking wonder and reverence. The fire ritual invites us to question the limitations of the human experience and the profound ways in which diverse cultures connect with the spiritual realm. And that wraps up our exploration of ancient what the ritual. Which ritual did you think what the to? Or was there something I missed that you were hoping to be listed? Share your thoughts in the comments. The past is full of surprises and your perspective adds another layer to the story. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, there are 2 videos on screen right now, feel free to click on one, and I'll see you there.